Hello, everybody, and welcome to UW-Stout Esports. Today, we have a very, very fun match for everybody to watch. So, stay tuned. We have some insane stuff coming forth today. It's week 2 of the NACE Varsity premiere. Today, UW-Stout is coming off against a win against Lindenwood Gold to face off against Wayne State University, who's just now coming off of a 2-0 loss. So, they got some redemption, and University Stouts got some, got to keep their wins going, so it's going to be a very tough match. A lot of competition coming in today, but that's for later. How are you doing, Toka? I'm here in the booth. It's been a minute. How are you doing?
Yeah, it's good to be back, man. It's been hot minutes since I've casted any Valorant, but it's very enjoyable to be back, especially to take up an interesting game such as this. Pretty exciting game we have on our hands today.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really fun to watch. And if I am not mistaken, we do have the map bans ready to go, and it's going to be some great map picks, some ones that you all know and love today. So we'll be getting to look at those very, very soon as the teams are getting ready to play. And here they are. To start out, we have Sunset being banned by Wayne, Breeze being banned by Stout, Ascent up on first with Wayne State defending, and then Bind with UW-Stout on the attack. And then should we go to the decider? We got Wayne State defending. So we are going to be looking at the same side for each. Wayne State is going to be defending throughout all 3 maps. We got Ascent, Bind, and Icebox as the decider. It's going to be really fun. And recently, the Outlaw has been added in so that the Outlaw can be used by the players this week around in the in this league. So it'll be fun to see how each team does that and what kind of team comps coming in, because in the pre-match, we did hear a little bit of a sneak peek, seeing that we're going to be seeing a little bit of a non-traditional Ascent comp coming in, especially from Stout. So it'll be really, really interesting to see what comes in from there. But coming into these maps, there's a lot of stuff that's been happening. I mean, notice how like all the newer maps and the ones that have been changed have been banned. I mean, Sunset, the newest map in the pool, banned right off the bat. Breeze recently changed to open up the tube. And Lotus, all the changes there. All of those have been banned, so we're not going to be looking at stuff that's too different, stuff that everybody knows, everybody loves, especially Ascent and Bind, some classics from the Valorant maps right off the bat, especially from First Light. It's great to see, so we're going to see what kind of modern stuff that these teams put on the more common traditional maps. And looking at the roster coming in, the only change from, I believe, last semester is that we're adding Wangle in, who is the Flash Initiator, kind of a flex Initiator player, as well as Toodles, UFaze, Breezy, and D Young, all familiar faces, all are loved. So I mean, I think we're about ready to go. I mean, there's a lot of love for these players. There's a lot going on. There's the players right there. We do have player cams, so we're gonna be seeing what their facial expressions after some good rounds, maybe after some bad rounds, but overall it's gonna be pretty fun. So I mean, what do you think, Toga? So we got told it's gonna be a non-traditional comp, but what kind of comp do you think they're gonna be? What do you think they're gonna be centering around here, Toga?
I mean, you need a Jet, Sova, and KO here. I mean, double Initiator, unless you run double Sentinel with a Deadlock Cypher like Stout's doing.
Very non-traditional coming out from Stout. We got D Young, classic Jet player, going on the Duelist, Wangle playing Smokes, Toodles going on Sova, Breezy, and UFaze pulling up with the Sentinels. It's going to be pretty fun to see how the Deadlock is played alongside the Cypher here on Ascent. And over on the side of Wayne State. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, kind of upsetting the status quo a bit here. I mean, like, normally Ascent as a map is just so heavily defender side already. You really don't need the assistant of a second sentinel, and even then, you know, people have used Sage in the past, but have a lot of teams just opted to pass the second sentinel or even the second controller over it to just use the KO, because just having that extra flashing power is just so strong. Playing that deadlock is just gonna add so much to the defense, but also just take away so much from the attack. So it's a trade-off that's being made here, and let's see how. I want to see how they handle this this tactical change to how the normal comps are being run.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be really surprised to see, first off, how Stout is gonna be playing this out, and second, how Wayne is gonna have to adapt and improvise to try and overcome the complete curveball being thrown at them, because they have a fairly traditional comp. They're running double duelists, Jet and Reyna. They got the Sova, they got the KJ, and they have Omen. Like, it's a very traditional comp, especially from a lot of earlier days. Nowadays, you'd probably see Reyna traded out for a KO or a Sky for a little bit more information, plus that healing ability, like we were talking about before. But it's still a very traditional comp, easy to play around, easy to just hop in with that team comp and be able to play it out. But now hopping into the map, we're going to see kind of how the defense Stout is going to be setting this up. And it looks like they have one Sentinel on each site, not doubling up, and seems like they have a little bit of a game plan going on here. What do you think, Toka?
Yeah, they should just be splitting the two Sentinels. There's no reason to put two Sentinels on one side, right? They just, yeah, if they do, I mean, the attacking team is just going to rotate and go to the other side. But having two Sentinels on both sides at least provides the comfort of knowing that whichever site that the attacker sites tries to hit, there's always a formidable force of the defending utility to meet them. But this round just looks like to be a pretty early on A split here. So running into a Cypher, let's see how how Wayne State tries to fight this D Young with a quick early pick here. Like from Wine can just dash back into the safety of his teammates here. No challenges. Oh, a jump spot, really dangerous there. But both players on that Sheriff running out of bullets. Maple actually picking up a kill on the other side of the map. And suddenly it's a 3v3 now. Toodles trying to crawl one back, but without the assistance of any of his teammates. It's just gonna go down here. Wangle, she drops the spike and is waiting for D Young to come and support him. But it's gonna be left to a 2v2 after a 30-second skirmish. More than half of both rosters are gone out of this round already.
Yeah, and there's the spike plant coming in right now, and now Stench on the backside, and Wangle just kind of going at it right here. Classics in hand. There's the utility being put out. Just a really big stalling match here. Just waiting for the teammate to come around, try and wrap over him, over from Halls. And Wangle getting very, very hardly pinched there, but there's the contact taken by the Jets. Able to synchronize that. Wangle able to take out Stench, and oh, just the craze from across, and the right click from Wangle is going to get the third for the round, and UW-Stout's going to pick up the first round.
A lot of messy gunfights, especially with the Jet player on Wayne State, just Maple. They're having two scenarios where they ran out of bullets on the Sheriff, one against D Young and now against Wango, which cost them with their life. So a pretty messy pistol round there from the side of Wayne State. Stout didn't really have a chance to react accordingly, because these rounds are coming in hot and fast. So it's just about who gets the better kills here, and thankfully Stout was able to just get those trades in. But Wayne State could have been a bit more organized on how they took space on the map and how they organized these fights, because it seems like they're a bit too hesitant on the takes and a bit too hasty on the fights.
I totally agree, but coming in here, we do have a light buy, an anti-eco, versus another save buy here by Wayne State, and there's the first pick being taken by Breezy with a nice Cypher one-way there onto Waywards. Now they're just kind of trapped right there. Breezy able to pick up another one onto Raizu, getting rid of all the smokes. Oh, getting very zealous there, taking out Stench and going for more, but his name isn't going to be able to secure that, but Wangle's going to be right there, ready to pick up. They left off, and there's U-Phase in the middle, able to pick off Maple, securing the second round. Easy anti-eco for Stout, and 4 people alive, bringing 4 guns going into their bonus.
Yeah, I mean, a bit of an overheat there from Breezy, just trying to get them those eco kills, but I think calm now. They do actually manage to keep a lot of guns coming to this round. 3 Bulldogs, and it's actually quite a good armory to try and bring into the bonus round and try and do damage against a full buy here. A lot of light shields, so remember, a Bulldog doesn't instant kill with a headshot, but still does quite a lot of damage against a light shield. D Young is just gonna rush in. The blind blinds 3 there from the Omen, but yeah, they have 5 people there. 3 blind is not enough. The Young's just gonna go down untradeable there.
Yeah, unfortunately untradeable. That updraft Jash, it does have a lot of potential, especially on these bonus rounds here when you can get that entire lane blinded, but just barely missing that paranoia, going to be detrimental. Already a player down, not even 3 seconds into the round, but it's slowing down very much. Still got 2 players on site here. Got Breezy up top, just ready to take a fight from up top, playing higher or lower. Now UW-Stout unsure of what they want to do, but Wangle's going to be able to take first contact, evening the odds against Stench. Throwing up a smoke, and able to skate a spray down onto J-Wads.
A bit of a vac check there from Wangle, but really, really nice to find that advantage now. Stout down in weaponry, but not in manpower. They're up by numbers now in Wing State, scratching their head, wondering what went wrong. I mean, they tried to take fights. I think they could have gone a bit early. As soon as they got a kill on Jet, they could just burst onto site. I was a bit scared of the Cypher. This is, of course, a disadvantage of not running a KO, right? If they're running 2 Sentinels and they have a KO, they can just disable all this and go in. But now it's just going to be an A-site hit and 2 of those util out. It's actually going to scan 2 people here, so Wangle should know what's coming his way. 1. Can he get a second? Missing, but his teammates are there to support him and traded immediately after that kill by Raizu. And bonus round converted, and quite cleanly at that too.
It's great to see how
Beautiful bonus round, able to take 3 Vandals and a Phantom, or 2 Vandals and a Phantom into the next round after trading out Bulldogs, an Ares, and a Sheriff, and winning that round. It immediately puts Wayne State onto a save round, and it looks like one of them is opting to go for a hero rifle here, trying to convert some kills, trying to convert that into some economy, and we're going to see how that works out for them as they're moving into a more spread default. Going to have Sova going for some mid pressure as well as a little bit of an ace split. A classic setup here from Stout, and pre-fires from D Young. Not going to be able to secure a kill just yet, but there it is right off the bat. And a little bit of a missed dash there going in, and ready to take that first fight. The timing from Maple, but Wangle's going to be able to clean that up and get 2 more for the price of 1. As immediately Wayne State's down to 1 player left that U-Phase once again just cleaning up. Right off the bat, picking up a new Sheriff and going into the next round. Welcome to round 5.
This is what I'm talking about when I say that Wayne State is just too hasty in there in trying to take fights. They lose 1 member, there's no reason to push out the smoke. You know that Cypher is going to play A. You've run into that 3 rounds in a row already, right? And you run into that again. Why are you trying to run three people through the smoke and try and find 1 kill? Of course, you're going to run into the disadvantages fight. And they got punished for that, so they need to just slow down. They need more space on the map. The 2 one-dimensional, they're very predictable, and as soon as 1 member goes down and they have a disadvantage, they just don't trade, and they even give more kills away to the enemies.
Yeah, but there it is.
This time,
able to
Maple
find
going
a timing
huge.
onto Wangle. Right there in
This walk under the platform.
But it's wild because they're backing out. They got 2 kills on site, and they're backing out. They're choosing to rotate out. 2 players left for Stout, with 5 left on the board for Wayne State. D Young with the operator, getting a little bit sprayed out and smoked out here. Going in, trying to get a little bit of fight left in them. Choosing to take a dash onto site, regroup with the teammates. But everybody is here, and it looks like Raizu wasn't sure if anyone was still left in market. And D Young able to find another onto skirt, but finally put down by Stench. But the recon bolt through the wall, able to get Toodles 1 more pick. Now down to a 1v2, and it seems like they got the right call. They're going to be rotating over to A. Try and get the spike plant down, recover some economy, and try and build up something.
Yeah, no reason to stay where they can't get anything. Could be saving an AWP here, but could also just throw his life to this one to try and win this 1v2. It's possible. I mean, 1 member on Wayne State is slow enough, and they sure Stout has plenty of money to buy into the next round. So let's all try and do a bit more damage into the already weakened economy of Wayne State.
This gets really stressful here because 2 players not really sure where to look, and J-Wad's going to end up catching him out in heaven. And the first round for Wayne State, round 5, and finally putting them in a decent spot economically, but they're still going to be going on to a broken because of how many people they lost that round. It was a win, but it was a costly one at that, and D Young is going to be buying up to the operator once again, going to be trying to hold down that A main space, that A lobby. Not wanting to give them another inch like they did last time. They're going to be checking their angles a little bit more now. They got backstab more than once on A, so going to have to be very careful going into these rounds, especially dedicating an operator to this lane.
Just watch the shoulder.
There's the
And
shoulder.
swing.
There's the peak.
Oh, actually, attack there.
Able to get damage.
149
yeah,
actually.
149.
You 1 HP left on Maple there, so definitely gonna be walking with a caution in their steps now. Stout has basically had a hold on both sides now. So Wayne State is just gonna try and go through mid here, but still, this is a very slow, very calm approach. It has worked for them last round. Remember, they slowed down last round, and that's how they found out they could exploit the gaps in the defense on that B site. And now they might just do the same through tree here. Blind D Young, yeah, can't fight this.
Through, making it so D Young doesn't want to push out, and there's the Owl Drone coming through, but confidence from D Young. Able to just peek through, get the kill, and the discipline to get out, not getting greedy. But now, evening the odds, 4 ultimates online. Make that 3 for Wayne State as D Young finds another pick. The repositioning and the placement, the footwork from D Young. Just laying down the law here, and
30
Doodles
seconds left.
watching the right angle, protecting D Young here, but are they ready for what's about to happen here on A? They're going to burst out, and they're going to burst out hard. And trying to take as much space as possible going up. There's the pick that Toodles needed right there. Now 4 and 2. Hunter's Fury and Lockdown still online for Wayne State with 12 seconds left in the round. And it looks like they're going to be dedicating that time and getting that spike plant down. Scanned by the recon. Now it's aware that one's behind Generator. Just barely a timing from D Young, and oh my gosh, there it is!
Oh my god!
Young able to get the double head tap onto Skirt, and UFace is going to be able to clean up the other Sentinel on site and get that down, get the ultimate, that annihilation, moving into round 7. Beautiful moves from D Young that round.
Yeah, they knew both were Gen, so a single Omen Paranoia there was more than enough for the clean retake. And again, Wayne State is not able to convert on the advantages they can get, and I mean the confidence on D Young here oozing, and not just D Young but the entire roster of Stout right now. They're taking these fights and not really caring if they're gonna get traded because they know they're at least good for one. And Wayne State perhaps a bit startled by the confidence right out the gate from the Stouts here. They're gonna try and rush B, but I mean Deadlock is the perfect agent to counter a rush.
Yeah, massive
Young confidence punished.
From Toodles. Able to catch it out, but unfortunately D Young getting head tap by Maple, not going to work well, but UFace is able to pick up 2, converting some kills, turning it into something very, very usable. Now just down to 1 player left, Rizo, and Wangle's going to be picking that one off super, super quick. Confidence from UW-Stout is at an all-time high.
Yeah, D Young swings into kind of a throw swing there, honestly, kind of ending. Just peeking out the smoke, dying, and then it doesn't even matter because UFace is playing within that Killjoy ult in stairs and just gets two towards B main, and her teammates are there to trade her through the smokes as well. So Wayne State, they've tried to gone A, they've tried to gone B, they try to rush, they try to hit mid here, nothing's working. So it's a tough task for Wayne State, but they have 4 ults and they need to start using some of them.
And almost an insane flick from D Young onto Maple, but unfortunately the Blaze Storm's going to get the best of him, and same thing's going to happen to Wangle as the Classic finally gets pulled out from Maple, leaving that. Picks up the Operator, ready to convert and push in, but Breezy waiting right behind the door, waiting for some aggression, and Breezy's going to be able to take advantage of the door closed and pick up Raizu. Try and get some more. Try and get as much as possible, and the Annihilation's going to come out. Not going to be able to tag anything, but UFA is going to end up getting a pick off of that anyway. Empress comes out from J-Wads. Going to be trying to blind out as much as possible. Place it a little bit too high. Toodles going to be find that. Maple getting a kill with that Operator. Make that 2. Getting the 5th kill. There is ace potential coming out right here for Maple. As Toodles is getting absolutely pinched. There's Main. Able to find Skirt, and Main. Winning the Sova duel. Jumping down. Trying to close the distance into Maple. But there it is. There's the ace. With the Operator from Maple. Able to close a 2nd round for Wayne State. Putting them back on the board, 6-2 going in around 9.
Oh, wow, Maple got a 2-for-1 special there on Heaven. And a headshot with an AWP, and then the pierce damage was enough to get a 2nd kill as well. So Stout perhaps a bit prone to overheating now, knowing they can win the individual battles, knowing that perhaps their mechanics is a bit better than Wayne State's players right now, but they're taking too many fights alone here and not getting any trades, actually getting punished. Might need to tone this one down, stick to the game plan a bit more, but D Young's not done just yet. Can he get a second? No, immediately traded by Jay Watts.
Jay Watts just getting a little bit better, a little bit quicker on the trigger. And Wangle accidentally walking into that bullet spam, throwing the paranoia out, trying to delay a push, expecting something else, but not going to get anything. But Toodles sitting here right in the smoke, maybe not aware of just how many people are waiting behind the edge of that smoke, and it looks like they're going to be ending B here with a market push. Through door, another smoke comes out. Toodles wanting to pull out that Owl drone, trying to get a little bit more information, but not wanting to give away their position. There it is, from the shadows coming out from Wayne State, trying to gain some ground. Ended up going into market, and now UFaze getting caught out with that molly. Jumping on top of the box, but only 72 HP remaining as UW-Stout able to find Wangle. J-Words on the other side able to find Breezy. Now it's just down to 2 players of UW-Stout and UFaze. A little bit of a whiff there, but able to close that kill down, confirming it. 32 HP remaining. 2 shots from the Vandal, and the body will end it, or 1 shot from an operator. Gonna close that out. Toodles, last one left alive. Skirt getting taken out. Only 2 left for Wayne State there. Pushing out from the operator and able to find Raizu.
Oh, no.
But now it's up to the push here from J-Wads. Toodles is gonna want to try and get it to half, but it doesn't matter. The timing is on J-Wad's side. A 4th for the round. Got some heroes coming out from Wayne State.
Yeah, Wayne State. Players from Wayne State are stepping up here, so tactically speaking, they're kind of in a slump right now, but at least the individuals are speaking loud and clear now. So Wayne State are not out of this one just yet, and Stout might need to start rethinking their strategies now. Probably have to fall back to their normal game plans here, because they're trying to take these individual fights way too much, and sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't, right? I mean, this is Valorant. This is why every time you have scrims, every time you have your coaches and everything, they always tell you just play the strats, play the executes, and hold your positions, right? Don't try to go for these ego kills, and the Young again punishes. Just ult up, trying to take these fight and running into 4 people. Of course, you're not gonna walk out of that better, right? So again, Stout just too overconfident right now. I think they won a few rounds, sure, but they need to start slowing down, actually rethinking how they want to approach this map.
Yeah, and the timing from the camera from Breezy, just barely missing J-Wads. Pushing into tree right there, but Breezy right around the corner, able to secure that, make sure that the pinch doesn't happen, but the timing from Stedge to push out was perfect to get that kill and put Wayne State up in numbers and the man advantage once again. Now the execute as basically finalized, and there's the plant coming out, going to be secured before any more pushes come out. Now it's coming down to the last couple seconds here. Toodles able to flick onto Maple. Beautiful shots there. Wangle able to find Skirt as well. Before getting traded back, Rising able to find a second. Now it's just down to a 1v2. Wangle pushing up, not wanting any sound to be made, but pretty obvious. Rising now knows it's behind Dice, behind double box there. Able to pick out Duca Stench. 11 HP left on Wangle. 1 bullet could make the difference right here, right now. And there it is! Wangle able to find the 3rd, securing the round and putting UW-Stout back in the momentum.
Yeah, Raizu looking the wrong direction there, but these rounds are coming in. They're running double sentinel here, but it seems like it doesn't really matter, especially when you're putting your players in such precarious positions here. Coming down to 1v1, I mean, look at that D Young getting punished pretty early on in Breezy. You were Cypher and playing with pretty much full util on side here and playing in that switch position. Getting one and done is not what you want to do with having 2 sentinels on defense, right? So you need to start really taking these chances seriously now. I mean, yeah, sure, you can win your gunfights, but again, this overconfidence is a sin, and it can easily be punished. And D Young especially has been punished so many times. So especially now that Wayne State has finally sort of found their footing and starting to string rounds together, getting these individual fights and running these executes, like Stout needs to just tone down a bit on the aggression here.
Yeah, 100%. They're taking way too many fights, pushing into fights that they think they can win, but when you peek into 4 people, it's not going to end very well. At most, you get 2. Maybe you get out if you're Jet and you have a dash, or maybe an Empress, Dismiss if you're Reyna, but they don't really have that luxury right now, especially with the buys that they're currently getting. So they got to take their fights a little bit more carefully. They can win these out. They can take a little bit more time. They don't need to rush into it. It's not a super stressful moment for them. but it really comes into they need to take a little bit more time, think about what they're doing. And it looks like that's exactly what they did during that timeout. They were cooking. They came up with a strat. They're going to be double peeking here on A with a dash, a camera, I think a paranoia, but Breezy, even though it's a missed updraft dash, Breezy's going to be able to find one, and they got out clean and simple. Now it's 5v4, not even 5 seconds into the round. Immediately, Wayne State down a Space Maker, down the main duelist, and they're completely split across the map.
A bit comedic there. They had an execution. Probably the coach called that in after the timeout, but they failed in executing it. But they still got an advantage out of that. So pretty funny one there. But doesn't matter though. 5v4 here. Wayne State is gonna be a player down, and it's just gonna stack on here into a deadlock setup here. Wow. Breezy is also going to rotate over it. I mean, they have the Sova ult, so if Wayne State tries to press the issue here, the Sova ult can easily come out from Toodles.
Yeah, an easy Hunter's Fury, easy kills. I mean, it's really easy to pick off and ping. There's no changes in elevation on the B site. Really, really easy to pick it off, especially from the angles that Toodles is at. Just watching that crossfire, and Wayne State just slowing down a lot, trying to make UW-Stout second guess if they should rotate or not, but it looks like the execute's going to be coming through. A little bit of chip damage through the wall there, the paper-thin walls of A site. And there's the pings coming through. Yuffie's trying to get some sprays through the wall, but it's not going to end up working out in their favor. And there's the Hunter's Fury coming out with only 10 seconds left. Toodle's going to be able to find one onto Raizu. Not going to be able to find another with that Hunter's Fury, but D Young's going to pick up where they left off, able to pick off Duke of Stench. Now a 5v2 defense, now make that a 2v4. Skirt's able to pick off Yuffie's. Bring it down. Maple from the back, able to find one, but quickly trade out by Breezy, and now it's just down to Maple in the backside there, getting caught out by that neural theft, and the whiff from D Young, but the classic comes out, and a clutch from Maple, turning it around all the way on its side. Complete 180 from Wayne State.
How is that possible? Oh my god, Stout is gonna be looking back to that round and asking the same question I asked there. How did they lose that one? 4v1.
Coach is not going to be happy about that one,
those. Yeah, the debriefs are going to be absolutely heated. How can you lose that? Absolutely. It's unlosable. 4v1 that had every opportunity to have a Cypher ult, just giving 1v1s away, and while giving 1v1 away, every single member on Stout was also just whiffing. Straight up individual mistakes here, and they're getting punished for it.
Yeah, and there's the confidence coming out from Wayne State. They know that they're on a weaker buy right now, and Yuffie's able to find Maple from that recon dart through a wall, but there's the lockdown, going to secure them the site, and immediately the plants coming through, not even 15 seconds into the round. Empress coming out as well, from the shadows coming out too. So many ultimates being dedicated to an eco round here. They really, really value this win. And Wangle's going to be able to find two onto Skirt's and Stench. Going in so many ultimates, but not a lot of use out of them, as the Empress almost getting taken down right there, and Toodles is going to finish that one off, and Wangle's going to be able to find Raizu in the back. How many, was that 4 ultimates that round?
Yeah, I mean, it is the last round, so that's why they split everything into that one.
Yeah, no reason put into one site, and unfortunately they did lose that, even though it was an eco round. But going into the second half here, 8-4, not as bad of a half as I would have expected coming off that first that first set of rounds, but winning 4 in a row right off the bat really kind of sets the tone for the rest of the game. So we're going to see what kind of strategies Stout has going in on their attacking side with that double sentinel. It may hinder them. Who knows? It might clear up a lot of space, especially watching flanks can hold down a lot of passive map control. And we're going to have to see how Wayne State deals with only a single sentinel and double duelists coming in. They got to be a little bit aggressive if they want to take map space. But who knows? We're just going to have to wait and see. And here comes round 1.
It's going to be 5 out A main this round. It's going to be challenging. The blind comes here and here, and Jet is just going to be pushed back. It's just going to be straight onto A side and caught in no man's land. Raizu's going to pay the price, and as soon as that doesn't matter, you have 2 sentinels. We just rush on the site there. No brain W key right forward. Wangle. 1 kill with a chip in to the advantage of Stout as well. In this wall, look at this. No retakes allowed. Well, Skirt taking down J-Wade, follows in his footsteps as well, and it's only left onto the lone KJ player who's been stuck on B this entire round. As soon as they rotate it, all of their teammates were dead, but again, Stout, 4v1, might see a bit of a deja vu here.
Squash.
But no.
Never mind. Breezy, what a flick. Okay.
Beautiful tap. Beautiful tap.
Yeah, well, at least they didn't throw this 4v1.
That is very true. They didn't throw the 4v1. They didn't throw it in the basket, but there was a little bit of promise with the Stench able to get that double headshot, able to clear up the site, have their numbers down, but, you know, UW-Stout came back, learning from their mistakes, not wanting to pull the same trick they had against Maple, but now going in, they got the eco, or the anti-eco. They got 2 Guardians, 2 Bulldogs, and a Judge. The Judge going to be clogging up. It's interesting. They have, they got the Judge. They're going to be clogging up this entire A area and going in very close, wanting to close the gap, but an attacking side Judge is going to be a little bit interesting playing into this, but we might be able to see DeYoung make it work, but Toodles is going to deny that kill from him as they pick it off through the wall from Raizu, and Maple holding right behind that smoke, just ready to go, and looks like DeYoung's just going to be sitting on a little lip there. Gonna be hiding behind Heaven. Oh, not being seen. Great off angle to be playing from. Able to find through with
bounces.
The perfect timing from DeYoung, just laying down the law.
Look at the smiles on the faces of the Stout players there.
Oh,
DeYoung with Judge just lying in wait, and as the moments come, and he took it. I mean, just speaking out. I mean, that's how you use a Judge. You just gotta throw in that element of surprise and bring the fight to their face. It's gonna be a Judge thrown over the Wangle in exchange for that Bulldog now. So doesn't matter if you have 2 Sentinels again if they're just gonna rush on the side. And this time it's gonna be B that's their direction, but they're gonna run into a full by this round.
Ooh,
never mind.
Just a little bit quicker on the cross. They're able to pick off Maple, going right in, and now Aladrone out. DeYoung following very, very close behind it. Trying to set that off. There's the emergency drone right there from Stench, but DeYoung's going to be able to find that one regardless. JWAD trying to even the odds onto Wangle, but the pressure is just too immense. Able to find one before finally getting put down. Now down to 3 players for Stout against 2 players from Wayne. On the retake, Sova and Omen, they have some good utility to be used, not using a lot of it right off the bat, but every single UW-Stout player is just watching exactly where they're going to be coming from. There's the smokes finally coming out. Recon Dart as well. Not going to be scanning only one of them.
Where is that
just narrowly dodges.
Going?
Interesting shock dart lineup. Paranoia coming through, blinding him out. Toodles getting rid of that blind, though. Peeking out. Raizu's going to be able to find one onto there. Breezy in the back. Oh my God,
Breezy! What the?
Breezy with a nasty flick. That's inhuman.
That almost seemed like Breezy didn't even react to that. Seems like just a
flick
autopilot moment. Yeah, it's just an autopilot moment.
The clutch
almost
from
looks like
Breezy.
aim lock. Oh my God, and timeout, understandably, from Wayne State here.
Second timeout, 3 rounds into the half. Rethinking every choice they've made over the last couple of rounds, going into an eco. It's now time, and there's a little bit of a...
Brother is chucking that Coke bottle.
A little bit of aggression coming out there from the player cams, but it seems like they're having a good time. They're all smiling. They're having a great time, so you love to see it. They're cooking. You know that they're coming up with something a little bit goofy to play off of, but overall, UW-Stout absolutely laying it down this time. Is that the Ben camera? Is that the Ben tub cam? I wonder if they're gonna be bringing back the Ben tub cam. A little bit of issues there, but the timeout coming through. I mean, Toka, what do you think that Wayne State is talking about in this timeout? Because they gotta change something.
I mean, they just gotta be really slow and on these retakes, or they gotta be more willing to take these spaces. Because the way they play, they're super passive. As soon as the hit comes out, they go back. They play the retake. They rotate. It's so easy to be exploited by just a few extra pushes into the spaces behind the sites. And yeah, this is exactly what they need. Just need to be more proactive across the site. Need to be taking space and taking fights. They have been taking fights, but now they need to be taking more space as well. Follow those up.
Yeah, they got to kill. They just got to take map control. They keep falling back and just tucking into corners when they really need to be pushing out. They need to take map control as much as possible, but Yuffie is getting very confident there, just easily peeking out right into the crosshair of Maple there. Just wanting to go for a higher, lower peek out. Getting ready to make a decisive movement there, but J-Wad's at the exact same time peeking out. Just better crosshair placement overall, but left down to 5 HP. J-Wads wasn't able to pull off a heal, wasn't able to dismiss out, and is not looking good for them. Breezy all the way in their spawn, though. As the From the Shadows finally comes through, and they're not checking the angles. As Stench is going to be able to find Wangle right after that. Now Spike down, ready to go, and Breezy's going to be able to find one, but a great thrifty, great eco conversion for Wayne State.
Taking these individual battles and they're just winning them down now. So using Stout's sort of what's been working for Stout so far against them. So pretty interesting. They didn't make too many changes, but just perhaps a bit more confidence from Wayne State in the way they're taking these fights. And I mean, if it's working, then it's working. But still, it's not replicable for long. Yeah, I mean, if they want to have a real chance, they need to change up the game plan entirely rather than these minor changes in terms of how they take fights.
For heavy aggression there, DeYoung flying in, able to take out Raizu and Skirt before finally getting taken down, but Breezy able to trade back, and eventually Stout's going to end up winning that aim duel. And Toodles is going to find J-Wads as well, and finally Stench shows up just to get put down by Wangle, as they are going to take the 12th round, putting them into match point immediately on round 17. And man, going from a round that played as slow as last round to just going in and just dominating is what Stout really does best. They really love switching up the playstyle, loving to confuse the other team, not wanting to know their next move. So great play there from UW-Stout, putting them back on the board, giving them back some momentum, and kind of putting Wayne State on a half broken buy going into this round, but they're buying up double operator.
Wow, this is gonna be interesting to see, but it's only right now on B side. They decided to stack the A side now, and this is a gamble gone wrong now. And punished.
Ooh, and
yep, no kills for J-Watts. And his Omen ults as well used but denied immediately, and now well, no avenue to go. And look at this deadlock wall as well.
Beautiful deadlock wall blocking off all of those retakes, and Stench is going to be able to find DeYoung hiding in that smoke with the Judge, but not allowing anything else of it. Spike's already been down for quite a while as the Hunter's Fury finally comes out, and a lot of crosshair placement and a lot of trigger discipline from Wangle as they're able to pick up a third for the round, make that a fourth. A 4K for Wangle to secure Ascent, moving into map 2.
Dominating 13-5 victory here. You expected the advantage for on the defense side, right? With a double Sentinel, of course they're gonna win rounds on defense, but on attack as well. Doesn't matter if you don't have a KO, you don't have that flash, you don't have that info. If you just rush the site with 5 people and you just make it into a 50-50 gunfight and you just win your individual battles, it doesn't matter what comp you pick. It's always gonna turn out the same. And it turned out to be a dominating and confident victory for Stout there in the first map.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, going what was that, 13-5? Beautiful map overall. It looked like the double Sentinel pick absolutely worked out for them with all of the just stalling utility that they were able to put, using the double Sentinel to lock down the sites for the retakes and just laying it down, as well as great mechanical skill from UW-Stout, really solidifying their win. I mean, right off the bat, they got four rounds right off the bat going into Ascent, right off the rip, and then 3 rounds at the half, solidifying an avalanche in their economy. Just great mechanical skill coming out from them. But right before we get into the second map, we're going to take a quick couple-minute break. Hello everybody and welcome back to UW-Stout Esports. I'm Lash, this is Token. We're getting into map 2 against Wayne State University and UW-Stout Blue in the NACE Varsity Premier Week 2. We just came off of a massive victory on Ascent. 12-5, I believe, was the score. 13-5. Yeah. Losing my mind over here, can't count. But coming off of a pretty big victory on Ascent, moving into Bind. And I just can't wait to see what these players have in store for us. I mean, when you're talking about like team compositions on Bind, they've changed so much, and especially coming in with the brand new Sky changes, which used to be the most prevalent initiator on Bind. Now you're seeing a bunch of pro players and pro teams having to add an additional additional initiator just for those flashes because they don't get any recharges. I mean, Toko, what do you think the new team compositions are going to be coming out with the new Sky changes?
I mean, the Sky change is just so devastating. I mean, Sky is the main reason why we saw a lot of different metas being used and changing over ever since lock-in, honestly. Like, we saw the double controller. The only reason the double controller is so strong is because Sky can make up for the info, can make up for the flash, while you're using two smokes to set up a side hit OSAP on your defense. And now Sky's basically gone. A lot of analysts, a lot of casters and pro players are sort of just stouting it up to be, no pun intended, stouting it up to be dead from the meta. So, you know, teams are going to try to be experimenting with agents like Sova, you know, agents like KO, even using a breach here and there, especially on Sunset as well, right? But, you know, on Bind, I mean, double controller with Viper and, you know, some other agents like Harbor, Astra, Omen, and Brimstone is so prevalent. So now not having that Sky, they might be a bit more shy away from using the double controller. So Raze is still going to be used, that's for sure. I mean, a controller like initiator like Cypher is still the strongest option on Bind, but beyond those two agents, everything else is just up in the air.
Yeah, and honestly, looking at it, I think that Sky still has a lot of potential for holding a lot of ground, especially on B Long and Shower's control. I think it has a lot of potential, but what I really think it's lacking now is just that pure amount of abilities, and I think the double controller is really gonna be phased out for more double initiator. I think Sky combo. I agree with you. I think Sky comboed with KO, Sova, or even Breach, I think could be great, especially Breach with how thin the lanes are, able to clog up an entire lane with a single stun, as well as the Rolling Thunder. I think Breach has a lot of potential here on Bind for a lot of double play, doing both Flash Initiator with the Sky, but mainly just the setup that Breach has. It can combo in very, very well without giving up too much utility in exchange, especially if you choose to take up a controller like Brimstone or like Viper that's able to cover so much ground with very, very little utility. So I think coming in, I think we're going to be seeing a Raze for sure. I think we're going to be seeing a Brimstone or a Viper. I think we're going to be seeing Sky, maybe one other initiator, as a lot of teams are still getting used to those new team comps here on Bind. And I definitely think we're going to be seeing a Cypher. It's just the most prevalent, the best agent here on Bind, with how many nooks and crannies you can put all those trap wires in, as well as the great lineups and great one-ways you're able to make with the cages. It's just very powerful overall, and I think overall that's what we're going to be seeing coming out of these team compositions.
And the thing is, like, Bind has always been like a really good map for Stout, right? The reason why is because they have such a strong race player in D Young. I mean, just having those type of players, you know, U-Phase or even some point Breezy played Cypher, right? Having a good Cypher player, having a good Raze player on your team is really all you need to take buy-in sometimes. You don't even need like crazy meta team comps or anything. As long as your individual agents who are strong on the meta can perform, you can have advantage on the map. But now we go into agent select, and here we're gonna see how they want to approach this map. And D Young, it might be just a bit teasing us here with these agent flashes, but on the side of also I think the team names are a bit reversed, but on the side of yeah, I mean Wayne State here, both teams now have locked into the agent select. So again, double Sky, okay, a single Sky initiator here with a Brimstone, and then double duelist. So very similar to what we saw on the Sense with the Jet Rainer here for Wayne State, but Stout, it's gonna be the old Viper Brim. So this is the old Bleed team, sorry, the Bleed agent comp here with the Viper Brim in the chamber.
Yeah, an interesting pick. You know, it's been a while since I've seen Chamber come out on top in one of these matches on Bind, especially since the massive nerfs came out originally with the Rendezvous, and a lot of the utility from Chamber and the rotate potential really just couldn't work. Because, I mean, Chamber used to be able to put one Rendezvous beacon on one site and then the other on the other site, and he was able to teleport in between the two with very little trouble. It was very easy to set up. And going in, I think Raze is a better pick on Bind, especially with the verticality, with how many boxes, especially with all the clogged up corners, able to make the paint shells and the showstopper even more deadly as compared to Reyna. Reyna is really good, especially for getting into a lot of different areas, like opening up out onto side, especially out of hookah as the jump down, putting out a leer that they have to move their crosshair to shoot to, or just duck into a corner, really opens it up. Jet, I feel like, has really been phased out in favor of Raze and the movement potential from Raze, especially here on Bind. And I'm not surprised to see a double controller come out from UW-Stout. They've ran it before. They'll run it again. They're very prevalent at it. They know how it works, and they really know how to get the most out of their utility there. And it's only down here to see what Wayne State can do. Double duelist, single controller, running the Cypher as expected. One of the best Sentinels on this map, especially for defense, as well as running the Sky, which we've talked about quite extensively in the pre-round here. But I think that Sky is definitely going to be limited very heavily, and each player has to be very careful with how they use each individual piece of Sky tech, because you don't get that guiding light that can tell you where people are every 30 seconds anymore. So we're going to have to see how that change works out, for better or for worse. But upping right into the match here, we got the setup going, and we have each team talking about how they want to take it up first. But starting out now, first round on the map, UW-Stout on the attacking side, and U-Phase choosing to go for the Ghost. D Young wants to go for some nice flying in right clicks with the classic. Breezy, the master of the Frenzy. I can never get the Frenzy to work like Breezy can, and looks like Maple's going to be picking up a Sheriff going into this, and the defense is going to have a lot in store, especially for the default coming out from Stout.
I think we might have a bit of attack pause here. But I can still talk about I mean, just not running a Raze here on the side of Wayne State is always just gonna be a bit of a rough patch, especially on a map like Bind. I mean, compared to especially with the Sky changes that we've brought up, right? I mean, they're running into a double controller comp, and not gonna be able to flash out of that a lot. So Reyna kind of makes up for it, but not having a Raze to be able to satch onto site using a Jet. A Jet, if you run into that Cypher U-turn, you're not able to break it like consistently, you're gonna die. If you have a Raze, you can satchel the Cypher, the trips, you can nade that. If you just have a Sky, as soon as the Trailblazer dies, the trips are still there, right? These are not the old trips anymore, right? The patch is already implemented 2 patches ago. The trips are not gonna be breakable by the Sky Dog anymore. So running the Jet is just a huge disadvantage, I think. And yeah, I mean, double duelist running into double controller. I mean, and especially the way that Wayne State played last map, right? Didn't have a ton of aggression, especially even if they had double duelists, didn't take too many fights. And when they did, when the duelist popped off, it was mostly clutch situations.
Yeah, it was all clutch situations. I mean, we saw 2 clutches coming out from the side of Wayne State last game, and one of them happened to be an ace from Maple, but it looks like the tech pause has gotten figured out, so we're hopping back into the match. Luckily, no rounds were lost, and no massive things had issues going in, but 3 seconds, 2, 1, and getting this map going onto Bind, and pretty slow start for UW-Stout, except on the side of A, as Toodles is immediately going to go out and get the first pick onto Jaywood. Jaywood's immediately taking him out of the match here, and there's the second Sky Flash immediately getting taken down. No utility left, but D-Young's going to end up scoring that, even though was completely blind, choosing to hop in, grab that ultimate orb, and they're going to be finishing A, grabbing another ultimate orb, and who knows, they might be throwing the spike to D-Young as well, getting that showstopper online as soon as possible, but now Breezy's going to end up getting that plant off, and peeking in there, he's going to end up getting a head tap, but Maple is going to be right next to him, able to shut that down. Duke Stench in the back, only 13 HP remaining, with UW-Stout still having 4 players alive. Setting up in great crossfires here, trying to spray through smokes, trying to get some cheeky things, especially with this head glitch right there. Able to find one from Wangle, able to get a head tap, not able to finish it off, but Maple's going to get the head tap there. Rendezvous coming out from Toodles, wanting to get away safely, and looks like they're just going to be running it down. Breezy running it down, and Toodles finishing it off, winning the first round, pistol round for UW-Stout. Once again, 3rd pistol round in a row won.
Yep, nicely done there. I mean, Stout's just so much aggression, right? I mean, that's just they're oozing confidence, like from the last map as well. And anywhere they go, it doesn't matter. They just get the kills wherever they want. And I mean, Wayne State didn't really had a chance to react or really execute their game plans. Just trying to take these individual fights, especially MRT there as well, flashing out long and running into 4 people, just getting punished and not tradable as well. So Wayne State needs to start playing together, and when they play together, they also need to be smart about how they take these fights, because it's very, very fast, and sort of almost like they didn't really give it a second thought every time they take these fights. And look at this, Stout already 10 seconds into the round, and it's a 5v2 already.
Yeah, the decisiveness from U-Phase and just the pure mechanical skill to follow it up, able to find 2 players pushed up into Sands. Toodles able to find one as Wangle wrapped back around, trying to secure that. Now it's just down to Raizu. 1v5 with a minute left in the round, and Breezy's going to end up just peeking out. A flawless round. Spike not even down yet, but they're going to get it down anyway. Added insult to injury. 2nd round done. Beautiful, beautiful anti-eco from UW-Stout going into their bonus.
It's looking like Stout's just is on a vacation right now. Just tourists on the maps, just going wherever they want, doing whatever they wish to. And I mean, Wayne State, sure that last time was an eco, but the way these fights are losing these fights, the way the map's being taken by Stout, I mean, Wayne State's kind of, I'm not sure they really have a plan.
Yeah, they got a lot of adjusting they have to do if they want to start picking back up, and D-Young memeing a little bit, getting those jump scopes with the Bulldog, hoping to get a kill, hoping to get a pick out here. Wanted to get a clip for their highlight reel. Absolutely. There it is. Wangle ready to go. Knowing Raizu's right in that corner, but Raizu's going to get the first shot off with the headshot onto Wangle. But, ooh, and Breezy caught off guard. Backstab by Jaywoods as finally Doodles is able to pick up one onto Maple, trade out a gun, able to pick up a Vandal in favor of the, in favor of the Vandal rather than the Guardian. Shooting up above, trying to get a headshot, but now it's just down to UW-Stout Blue, spreading out, trying to get another pick before deciding what they want to execute on, and it looks like it's going to be B as D-Young finds one with the paint shells, and U-Phase secures the site with great shots onto MRT, shutting it down, but the teleport came through, and now Toodles ready for this rotate right there as Jaywoods walks right into their crosshair, all the way down to 1v3 right there, and D-Young, beautiful placement right there, doing some team damage to themselves while stylishly winning that 3rd round, winning their bonus, and immediately putting Wayne State onto an eco.
It's a 3v5. Just look at the way. I mean, how does Duke Stench die on B site there with a 2 erased nade? I mean, just the way that Stout's just going. I mean, it doesn't seem too special the way they're taking space on the map, or the way they're executing or taking these fights. I mean, Stout even has this advantage, right? Yeah, they're playing 3v5 in this, and they're winning, right? That 2-man down, it doesn't really matter. They just peek, they just swing, and they get these kills, right? Point proven here. MRT trying to get the orb for no reason and getting punished, and Stench stuck here, and yeah, I mean, again, 5v3, make it 5v2, make it 5v1. Might be a flawless round here. Maple, can you have a say?
Coming out from UW-Stout. I mean, the amount of dry peaks is absolutely wild, and the jumping up and down from D Young and Toodles.
Oh my God!
There it is. The meme. D Young finally getting a death. Was that the first death D Young's gotten? I'm not really sure.
It might be so there. I think D Young just went. If you can't kill me, I'll just do it myself. There. I mean, D Young was. Yeah, second death there. D Young was knife out jumping around, and they couldn't kill him. At the end, it had to be U-Face's Molly to take this madman out. And yeah, I mean, Stout is looking to be another dominating win here if Wayne State doesn't start changing, not the way they're playing, but not in terms of strat or game plan or anything, but they need to wake up and actually play this map right now, because they are completely not out of this map. Every single control is in the way of Stout right now, and Wayne State finally a bit of response. J-Wade's gonna get that kill. Plant not denied, but it's a 4v3, and can they convert this though?
From the way UW-Stout was looking, it looks like they will probably be able to convert this if they play it smart, but it looks like they're just playing for the meme as Duke-Stench is able to pick off Toodles, leaving only 2 alive. Breezy super low on HP, but U-Phase just ready to fight, ready to go, able to find 1, 2, but not able to find a third as Duke-Stench finally finds Breezy, and they will find their first round in round 5, just like on Ascent. 4 rounds at the beginning, followed by 1 round won by Wayne State. So we're gonna have to see how Wayne State recovers from this. They did go into that buying up, getting guns, but that was a heavy loss. Only 2 players left alive, so we're gonna have to see how their economy can recover. We're gonna have to see how UW-Stout tries to get the avalanche going once again, as we're seeing another broken buy from Wayne State.
It kind of went in the same fashion on the last map, right? 4 rounds in a row. Stout won really dominatingly, and then they started overheating, started inting a bit, with these peaks kind of trolling a bit, and then they lose this round, but they got a lot of damage off it just because they're just so good at these gunfights. I mean, sort of repeat, honestly, by the word of the script from the last map. I think Stout might want to learn their lesson a little bit here and not overheat so much like the last map, which has cost them to lose a lot of rounds that they didn't need to lose, right?
Yeah, 100% D Young, very confident again, once again, out on B long. Ended up getting peeked out by Maple with that operator, and a beautiful smoke here. Blocking off Wangle is a great one-way from Raizu as the flash is going to come through. And trying to take some space as U-Phase puts down some smokes, dividing the site completely in half. It looks like they're going to be trying to go for the plant, but J-Watts with a beautiful flash, able to find U-Phase out in the middle as the molly comes out as well. But Breezy just a little bit quicker onto the trigger, able to find Raizu in the back, and another head glitch coming out. J-Watts not gonna get put down this time. Keeps doing the same thing over and over again. They're just not adjusting now. 4v2. Toodles not able to get anything. That's a right-hand player diff right there, as MRT is able to find him, and J-Wads with a third for the round, and almost flawless round from Wayne State for their second.
Yeah, Stout just putting out the smokes and not going onto site there. It's a very questionable decision from the side that has been controlling the map so far, and I mean, we're starting to see cracks again in Stout. Just too confident. The way that D Young, the way that maybe Wangle, even Breezy are taking these sort of fights, are getting punished too much. And again, they have good game plans. I mean, they have a game plan. I mean, Wayne State don't even have a game plan right now. They're just sort of reacting to what Stout does, but they're still stringing rounds together because Stout are making these really silly individual mistakes. So it's going to be a walk up from J-Watts here. Can he get punished? D Young slow on the trigger, but just knife out, running back, not expecting an opponent to swing out there. J-Watts, questionable decision from him.
Yeah, definitely questionable, especially since there was a Viper wall that could have hid behind, climbed up onto boxes and jumped away, but some stress and some decisions made in the moment don't always work out as planned, and Breezy getting very confident. And there's the Viper's pit coming out as well, as Raizo tries to peek out, tries to spray in and take down the Viper's pit as much as possible. Baits out the orbital strike as Wangle's able to put that down, as well as Duke-Stench. Are they going to be expecting Maple with the operator up here in heaven, wanting to play this long position, but is still smoked off, still no position that Maple can take advantage of? All that they can hope for is for MRT here on the flank, wanting to push up, wanting to take some space, but isn't sure where any of Stout is. I mean, look at that, Breezy putting down the Viper's Pit in favor of just going for straight kills there. Breezy not sure whether to peek up into heaven or out into spawn, as it looks like Maple and MRT are choosing to save.
One enemy remaining.
But Breezy won't let him. Breezy won't let him.
Oh, but a BM there as well.
A little bit of shooting bodies. Very disrespectful, but when there's a team div this hard, sometimes they can't help themselves. Picking up the operator and attacking operator is a little bit interesting, but it looks like we are going to have another tech pause coming out, as we did have a discon that round. Maybe.
I think I mean that last BM that kind of sums up how the matchup has been going so far.
It looks like they did end up getting that reconnect.
Kind of controlling the pace of the game, not through strategical outplay or superior maneuvers, but by simply W keying and shooting heads. I mean, it is an FPS game. Sometimes it just boils down to shoot head better, win.
Yeah, it definitely can come down to just pure mechanical skill. And now we got paint shells coming out from JWads, but are they ready for Breezy? Just watching the flank here, watching that teleporter, and there it is. Breezy able to find JWads, and Wengel's able to pick off the other Sky on the other side of the map. Now down to a 4v3. They won the trades, and now it comes down to these individual fights right there. Toodles is able to pick up theirs, and the entire team of UW-Stout has moved over to A in favor of that, and they're going to be able to get the spike plant down with a little to no resistance. This left online is Raizu, but quickly getting taken down. Quick scope from Breezy. Now that's all that's left. Sentinel main, Duke of Stench. Up in heaven, unsure what to do, unsure what angles to take, and I can put down right there's U-Phase. Beautiful with the Vandal, the Elder Flame Vandal, putting it down, playing some video games on the Fist, winning round 8. Welcome to round 9, 6-2.
I mean, wow. I don't know what to say, honestly. They don't really care about where Wayne State's players are. They just go where they want. They put down a util, and they throw the. There's one round there where I think it was Breezy that peeked through the nade of D Young, took half D Young nading, and Breezy just stepped on his their own teammates' nade, taking half HP away, and still getting a kill. I mean, it just sums up how Stout's playing so far. It really doesn't matter where they're going. They just kill everyone.
And there it is. There's the execute coming in onto A, but choosing to delay it, choosing not to move forward in favor of waiting for Wayne to make the first move, but Dion getting very impatient, and a flash coming in as well, making MRT back off, but Wangle just ready for it.
My God,
spray from D Young, able to take it out and almost a flick onto Maple midair. As oh my gosh, D Young able to find JWads, but Maple is going to quickly put that down. Breezy getting taken down on the other side of the map by Duke of Stench, and everyone's dropping down, trying to avenge their fallen comrade, and Wangle's going to end up winning that. Now they're getting pinched. One from teleporter, one from spawn here. How are they going to react? Raizu is able to find Wangle, and now it's just down to U-Phase. Now going to have to find it, and they find Maple. Now Brimstone battles right here. Orbital strike.
The reload should tell Raizu the positioning, though. Yeah, I mean Raizu knows here.
Only a couple bullets will make Raizu take it down, but it's going to end up finding the headshot regardless. 11 HP remaining. They'll find their third round. 3 rounds down from UW-Stout going in around 10. They're not looking horrible. They had a thrifty round in there. They have a lot of great ideas. They just have to execute it. They have to play off each other. They got a buddy system this one. They got to get their trades. As long as they get their trades just like that last round, they are going to have somebody be able to clutch it up in the moments that matter overall. So going in, they did end up winning that round, but they are going for broke here. They lose this round right here, they are going to be going on to an eco round. Very, very hard eco round.
Very hard. I mean, I just want to say that, man, D Young is just kind of trolling right now. I mean, he's been running and gunning for the last 9 rounds in a row now.
You want to play? Let's play.
But the pace of the map so far hasn't really allowed for me to mention anything. But yeah, and again, look at this, so fast immediately. The kills are coming through. The TP plays the reactions. so hasty. Breezy just drops the smoke down and disappears into the night, but not before Jay Watts gets a kill on D Young. And again, D Young is just all over the place, and he really doesn't care. As long as his team pick up the pieces, he can die another 10 times, I think. And this looks to be another round for Stout if the things. Oh my God, Breezy! Hello? That's not allowed, good sir.
Another one? Another one, Breezy? Able to find another one. Wasn't as clean as the first, but there's the third for the round of Breezy. Ace potential is on. Not anymore! As Toodles is going to be able to find Raizu in the back, getting traded off. And not a lot of happiness from UW-Stout Blue there,
Stop.
but
Not the player cam yet. There we go. Now you can switch to the player cam.
Yuffei saying, let's go, keep it going. 7-3. Round 11 coming in. They want to get their lead even more established. They want to go for that 9-3. They don't want to go for that 8-4. They don't want it to end up like last time. They want to keep going, and it looks like they're going into for a massive full buy. And D Young, full buy, going for that judge play. Loves to dive in head first and just go. But J-Wad's going to try and hero rifle this one with a Vandal, even though the entire other the rest of the team completely stuck on Eco.
It's going to be hero rifle. Yeah, he's just going to go A here.
There's the legendary execute from UW-Stout Blue as the double satchel comes in. Able to find Maple. Pulls out the showstopper, but shut down by MRT. As MRT's trying to back off, trying to find another one, getting blinded out. And another push coming in from Wangle, getting blinded, and Wangle blinds himself. So much chaos and so much memeing coming out from UW-Stout, and they're choosing.
They're still gonna go B and get the site.
And one's gonna be staying inside a teleporter, I think. Just waiting for it, and there's a teleport coming in. Raizu getting picked off right after the molly gets thrown out. 8 bullets left in the chamber. Breezy as the spike gets planted. There's the second teleport right there, and the judge wasn't able to make it happen. That's the last one left to arrive. J-Wads playing Reyna. Right in flower, right here, ready to go, and the location's known. Invis teleport right all the way away, and a double swing might be coming through from Toodles and Yuffei's. Now it's known one of them is it. Now it's known that one of them is in corner there, and there's the double swing, and Yuffei's is gonna end up getting that kill. Very, very even kills there for UW-Stout Blue. Last round, they want to go for that 8-3, and Wayne wants to go for that 8-4. They have a full buy ready to go. Oh, mostly full buy. They do have J-Wads running a Guardian, but they still have a chance. They have the economy, and it's just rolling for UW-Stout Blue.
Yeah. One player I want to shout it out, but I really didn't have a chance because the pace of this map has been absolutely intense. But Toodles, the way that Toodles is playing is just so smart. I mean, mechanical skills aside, which I've been really impressed with Toodles, really solid aim, but the way that Toodles, he's just been cashing out the players on Wayne State as soon as they TP on the flanks, is reading them perfectly and getting these kills is very smart. But again, Jay Watts, I mean, the opposite of what I just said here. Tucking yourself to a corner that's untradeable. Gonna go down the Viper's Pit. Dropped. MRT actually gonna get a kill here. And Stout actually running into a bit of a roadblock as he's trying to go on the site.
They were able to get that Viper's Pit off, and Toodles from Showers was able to pick off Maple through the smoke, surprisingly. It was great placement, great spray down, and now it's down to a 3v3. Viper's Pit up, tapping the spike once again. Not going to be getting it down. Toodles in the smoke, wanting to spray, trying to get somebody from behind the boxes and realizing location compromise. Gotta get out now. And there's the Seekers coming through as well, going to be showing UW-Stout exactly where Wayne State's at, and there it is. Breezy going to take advantage of that, pick off Raizu, bring it down to a 3v2. Getting back in the Viper's Pit, not wanting it to go down just yet. MRT wants to go in, almost getting the spray down onto Wangle. Pushing in, gonna get sprayed down. Wangle's gonna be able to find that kill. Duke Stench getting caught out by that tripwire, and now getting put in the molly, and there it is, Wangle. Doesn't care about the molly at all. Just wants the kill. 9-3 going into the second half of Bind.
Switching sides.
Yeah, better scoreline in a sense. Despite, no, I'm not gonna say it. I mean, this map feels way more dominating than the last map. The way that they're playing, I mean, Stout really doesn't feel like they're showing all of their strats yet, right? Most of what we've seen so far is them picking a site, rushing in, and then just getting all these kills. And it's not perfect either, because we've seen a lot of times Stout's been punished by Wayne State, but even in those situations where Wayne State has the advantage, they just can't convert, they can't capitalize on it because the players on Stout, they win every single gunfight that's presented to them. I mean, what can you do when you're getting diffed this hard?
Honestly, there's not a whole ton you can do when you're getting mechanical diff this hard, and Toodles with that pocket guarding ready to go, picking off two right off the bat before finally getting picked off. Trades go back and forth, able to equalize with a 3-3, but D-Young has the shorty.
Oh, the shorty.
And UW-Stout is going to get put down. Not wanting to overextend the reach, but definitely wanting to add a little bit of insult to injury. D-Young pushing out, maybe wanting to trade out for that ghost, but who knows for the meme. Angle ready for this rotate, but it looks like it was a fake, as they did want to draw a lot of attention over to that B site. Little did they know Breezy has been anchoring. Now D-Young just ready for the push. Sees Maple and able to take the first contact there. Now they're unsure where the other could be, but little do they know it is MRT running up short, has a ghost in hand, wants to go for that spike plant, but no idea where any of UW-Stout is, and right now it's just going to be running right into D-Young with the short
timing.
Ooh, and MRT able to find the pick
and
right
another
there.
Timing.
Another great timing as they jump out of U-Haul, winning the pistol round. 10 and 13 going into round 14 here. Double digits for UW-Stout Blue, and Wayne State hasn't broken 5.
This is rough, man. I mean, you know, as casters, of course, you know, we're on you know, of course we're casting for Stout's production here, but we you know, we always try to maintain an objective you know, viewpoint and position, but it's kind of hard with this score line and the way the two teams are performing against each other. I mean, it's just domination. There's no other word for it. Stout is cooking Wayne State right now.
Just as you say that, J-Wad's able to pick off Toodles and get a potential gun upgrade there, but D-Young, not wanting to let that happen, is pushing up, getting very confident. Now Wangle ready for this massive push here onto B. Spectre in hand, and Maple wanting to take first contact there, but it's going to end up being Duke of Stench getting picked off by Wangle. Here's a flash just coming through as well. Ryzu able to pick off Breezy and immediately retreating back in, having to reload, but able to pick off Maple. And a right click from Wangle, able to secure the 4th of the round. Now it's just J-Wads. Wangle has a 4K. D-Young give him the ace. Has no idea where they are, though. They have Spike on site here, and it's just down to J-Wads here to push up, make first contact, and I have a feeling D-Young is not going to give him the ace. As the judge, just ready to go. 11
passes on the Guardian there.
It does pass on the Guardian in favor of the judge, apparently. It's D-Young. You never know.
Really tells you the mentality of D-Young and honestly Stout as a whole here. I mean, they don't really need to be playing at 100%.
Yeah.
And they're definitely not playing at 100% right now.
I would definitely say that D-Young is not playing at 100%, but looking at the scoreboard here, and, well, I mean, Toga, like you said before, we try and remain as unbiased as possible, but the bottom frag for Wayne State is getting out-fragged by, or is the top frag for Wayne State is getting out-fragged by the bottom frag of UW-Stout. So there's really not, like you said, it's just pure domination, but U-Phase is going to be able to find Maple on the back site, and J-Wad's finally able to pick off Toodles with a little bit of a skirmish there on A, and D-Young's just waiting very patiently, not even moving, just very patiently waiting for someone to walk into his crosshair. And it's going to be J-Wad. Oh, the timing. Oh, but
the trade for the Roomba.
The Roomba trade. Very rare, but very, very welcome. And Breezy is going to be able to find the last 2 kills there on the board, putting them up to match point, winning their bonus round. They're going to be full buying into their match point with Wayne State on an eco.
Contemplating the judge. I mean, guys, you have more than enough money there, but wow.
Or maybe not an eco. It is a half. It is a.
They have to buy means the last round. Yeah.
They gotta.
They're gonna have to buy, even if they win this round. They're still gonna have to buy next round, even if they don't have the money.
Yeah,
we do or die
very,
here.
Very quick match here. I mean, what has it been about? Probably hour and 15 since the start of this.
Yeah. That's 1 map's time for 2 maps.
A very, very decisive victory there, and
wow, just taking the
no fear coming out from U-Phase, taking out J-Wads. Now immediately
they
match
switch up the
point,
position
5 and
here.
3.
Look at this, the flank from D Young. They switch Toodles out over into Lambs. Toodles gets one, and the flank is gonna come in here with the Seekers, who has spotted everything, and the Raise Nate is gonna take him out. And
It was a potential
1v5?
last round. They wanted to add a little bit of spice in there, and there's the Neural Theft coming out from Duke of Stench, and there's the Showstopper coming out as well. Breezy coming in, getting absolutely taken out, but Toodles is going to secure that, as well as the Showstopper coming in last second there. And there's the smiles we were waiting for from the player cams.
it's all
Love
smiles.
to see it. They're having a great time. There's the bear right in the back. Great matches. Great match from UW-Stout. Very, very well played. Absolute dominance being performed. And there's the happiness. There's, yeah, we've been looking for from the player cams. But now it's time for the debrief. 2-0 victory over Wayne State. Keeping the lead, keeping the win streak going for UW-Stout. And unfortunately, that's the second loss in a row for Wayne State University. So they're going to have to take a step back, take a breath, look at their roster, and see what kind of changes they can make going into the next week, the next matches of the NACE Varsity Premier. But for now, congratulations, UW-Stout, on a second victory in a row. They're 2 for 2, and I believe they won 2-0 in their last match as well. So they haven't.
Yeah.
I don't believe they've dropped a single map in this entire season. So great job, UW-Stout. Absolutely great, well plays. I mean, you got anything to say to close us out, Toka?
Yeah, one word: stomp.
Just stomp. You love to hear it. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you to everyone on the production team as well. We recently have 2 in-person observers as well as Bent Up running the whole show. So thank you guys for making it easy on us and just letting us yap into microphones for a little while. So thank you to everyone at UW-Stout. Thank you to everyone for watching, and great job, UW-Stout. Congratulations. We'll catch you next time.
There's no denying what we want. There's no denying what we want. Playing games, no. There's no denying what we want. There's no denying.